Hello guys. So I was asked today exactly how does the suit system work because it's unclear, and a bunch of the recent events are really pushing people towards doing the club matches. And after being simplified, as let's be honest, they used to be the equivalent of hell, and now we only need three people to do them. There's a few things that were made also in the way it was balanced. It's much better. The matchmaking's better. So now people are actually doing them. I mean, even with a triple S team myself, I was getting completely wrecked, and I just stopped doing them entirely before. So now the question is, what are these suit things? I know a lot of people are looking at the Club Scout, and they see these suits. They know they only work in club matches, in case you're asking yourself this, and they cost 300 points. Now, what is it, and is it worth it? Power-up stones, by the way, can only be put on a suit. So you're limited to 2 suits and 8 power-up stones a season to buy. So knowing the way it works, you might want to get the suit power-up stones first. The idea of a suit is that basically you equip it to a player. And as it said, the player who has this equipped is going to increase the damage they deal. So it's the same as the Ardor second passive, and Ardor critical damage, of course, and decrease the damage you receive. It's basic DR. I mean, we all know the math for that one. And if I remember correctly, it can be up to 5 or 6 times, but that's not really what's important. What's important to know is you can put as many on your team as you want. Well, 1 per player, of course, so 11 players can have it, and you can power them up. Now, the thing is that they've actually changed exactly how the power-up stones worked. So back in the day, 1 power-up stone meant 1 power-up level. Now it's no longer the case. 1 power-up stone is for level 1 to 2, and then it doubles every time. So it does 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So if you look in my items, it's going to say the maximum level, and the maximum level is +5. So +5 means 10% increased damage, 10% DR. So the best people to stick this on are, of course, going to be the goalkeeper, the center mid, the striker, and then you can start putting them on everyone else. The thing you do want to note is you're really limited on the amount you can actually scout a season. And when you go back to the Club Scout and you realize you can only get 8, and it takes 16 stones to pass from 4 to 5, that means 2 entire seasons, 100 days worth of stones to just power up 1 time. Who's why you might not go for that one right away, but every season you at least got to be sure you get all those power up stones because you're going to regret it. Now, the manager, I'm going to agree, it's really great. Eventually I'll get her. I mean, I've already got in a suit. I've got some power up stones. The event's going to give me another 100 points. Premium tickets aren't a bad deal. I would not advise getting this anymore and this either, because the other rewards are just pretty cool. On top of it, if you have a decent amount of suits, it can be fun for your teammates to use them. So I'm just going to illustrate this by a small match where we're going to see the buff of the suits. In my case, I basically gave them to players I really like, and I didn't follow any high level of logic, and then I decided to give one to my goalkeeper. So in my case, it's Beth and Asilla who run them. I'm just going to show one match just to show the passive. So again, you can see the matchmaking is better. It's only 3 matches. And if you do it manually nowadays, you're actually able to win it. It's not something ridiculous as it used to be. So since I don't get manager buffs, I've decided that Elaine's going to be running it. But if you go in the player menu right here, you can already see that they have them equipped. And this is where you're going to be able to equip the suits. You can't do this from formation, but if you go in your inventory or in any other mode than club match, you should be able to add them. Here, and we're just going to check what it shows on Beth to give an easy example. Yeah, I'm just mirroring the screen, so it might lag a little bit. Here, so if we look, there's this thing right here, and it says decrease the damage you receive by 4% and increase the damage inflicted by 4, because this is a level 2. My goalkeeper has a level 3 already, but this is basically what it's going to do. And again, the buffs are not ridiculous. I mean, they were a lower level than me. They're going to survive, but they're not going to be able to outrank me. Maybe I should do this manually. No, I don't think so. So basically, then you might also be interested in putting your striker. It's up to you deciding if you want your center mid before your striker, but goalkeeper is kind of going to make a big difference. And as you can see, a lot of people are just not using this, who gives us a huge advantage. So I hope this explains to you how the club match system works and how the suit system works, who's one of the great advantages. Again, this only works in club match, but the suit will be physically visible in other modes. It's kind of a question of swag. So in League, you'll see people with like 5-6 suits in a season or two, and they're just trying to show off, but it's not going to affect stats in PvP. In League, they only affect in club match. Have a good day, guys.